bad feeling about this.
I'm getting sick of Star Wars. And I don't really want to come off as really cynical, but yeah, I'm starting to just get sick of the entire film franchise in general. And it doesn't mean that I don't like any of the new movies that have come out. I've liked some of them. I didn't like some of them. But I think they're just being produced way too fast. And I think eventually people will be like me and they'll get sick of them. So let's start back when I started to kind of get sick of them, was when Last Jedi and the trailer dropped. And I found myself watching it and being like, I'm not as excited as I was when the Force Awakens trailer dropped. So then I thought about, why am I not as excited? Force Awakens was a huge deal to me and to a lot of people because this was the first Star Wars movie in 10 years. And we thought we would never get another Star Wars movie again. So we're seeing something on a screen we never thought we'd see. We never thought Episode 7 would exist. So Rogue One rolls around, and I'm really not a fan of it. I think it has a lot of problems, and I've heard about the reshoots in that, and I think it's pretty obvious the movie was tampered with a lot in post-production. I don't know, I just don't find Jyn Erso that interesting of a character. And I think the first 2 acts of the film are really slow and not all that exciting. And not all that interesting either, character-wise. The last 30 minutes are great, but it's all fan service. It's just 20 minutes of fan service, which I guess is fine. But I kept thinking to myself, okay, we got Last Jedi though. Last Jedi was released, and there's a lot of controversy with this film because a lot of people like this film and a lot of people hate this film. What do I think of the film? Meh. I don't think it's the best Star Wars movie, but it's definitely not the worst. There's a lot of things in it I really do like, but there's also a lot of things I really don't like. So that's where I am with Last Jedi, just somewhere in the middle. I'm like the Bendu. But anyway, going back to why I'm sick of Star Wars. We have Solo coming out. Whether the film is going to be good or not, having a Star Wars film only 6 months after the last one is too soon. Now we're going to have a nice gap between Solo and Episode 9, but then Rian Johnson's coming out with a trilogy. And then we get the news today that the Game of Thrones writers will be writing a series of films. So that's potentially 2 trilogies already announced.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I think they're moving way too fast. And I just don't see where I'm going to be really excited like I was for Force Awakens. I think the magic of Star Wars could die down. That hardcore fan base will always be there. You'll always have those fans that will just love anything and everything Star Wars. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you loved Rogue One, if you love Last Jedi, awesome. I'm not here to try to change your opinion. I'm just coming from my point of view, really looking at Star Wars as a whole and just being like, it used to be something special. It used to be something we'd get very rarely. And I feel like that we'll never feel that again. We'll never feel the excitement like we were for Force Awakens. We'll never feel like we're going to get something truly special. The next 7 movies could be fucking amazing. They could be the best Star Wars trilogies we've ever seen. But I think the oversaturation of Star Wars can possibly kill the magic for me and for everyone else.